like what brought you to Profit for Contractors? Like what, before you came to Profit for Contractors, what were some of the things that were going on, the challenges that were going on that, made you, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure how you came, because we have so many people that are trying to become champion CEOs. I'm not sure how you came about Profit for Contractors, but tell us a little bit about where were things at before Profit for Contractors?
Oh God. Well, I didn't know what I didn't know. And my God, things got out of control very quickly. I had someone handling my bookkeeping, and I didn't realize that I had to, take ownership and check in and make sure everything was being done the way it should be. I'm a big systems person. I didn't have my systems in place yet. And I had my accident. I had a brain injury 2 years ago, took me out of the office for several months, and my bookkeeping got more and more out of control. Currently, I'm digging myself out of IRS debt, and a lot of it.
Right.
And everything was out of control. We, our invoicing, our invoices weren't getting out on time. Estimates were so far behind. It was complete
it was
chaos.
just like the reality is that it just builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And then it's never, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like, oh, I just got one thing, right? It's everything starts piling up, right?
Yeah.
So
I was wearing every hat.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I was what do they call it? Jack of all trades, master of none. So I was doing everything very poorly. Okay. I didn't sleep at night. I was in the office for, 15, 16, 17 hours a day. Would go to sleep and have such poor sleep, rolling and tossing and turning. So I couldn't turn off the mind chatter, because I'm like, okay, the phones aren't ringing. This is my quiet time to figure things out. So it was utter and complete chaos. I hated going into the office.
Never
What's
stopped.
that?
You could never turn it off.
Never stop. Yeah, never stop.
How many hours were you up to?
I was never getting on top of anything.
Yeah.
I was never whittling down my hundreds of piles. I had to hone in and brainstorm, make a list of everything I needed to do, and then prioritize from there. And I still had issues, and I was looking for something. I've looked at so many companies until I found Profit for Contractors, and my God. One of the greatest things is everyone at Profit for Contractors, the coaches, they're in their own lane. They wear their own hats. You don't hire a company and have one coach that coaches you on everything.
Right.
You guys got it figured out.
We're getting there. Okay. We're getting there. Yeah. And
you know what? My mindset's really changed from that of lack to abundance. I'm not listening to anybody anymore. Oh, there's no people to be found. But you know what? There is an abundance of grade A players to be found, and people that don't even realize they're A players yet, because they've not been able to realize their potential, because they're in a shitty environment right now. So they have not even realized their potential. And I can't wait to get every one of them. I've got a great team right now, and I'm only going to make it better.
So Patti, what would you say? If you look at some of the biggest shifts, whether it's, and I'll sort of highlight some of the areas, and you can pick from the list. We talked about time and team already. Let's talk about on the profits and cash flow side, or on the marketing and sales side. What out of the profit and cash flow and marketing and sales, what area would you say has had the biggest sort of aha moment for you at Profit for Contractors?
Marketing and sales, I would say that's my favorite area.
Yes.
Number one. But understanding that, everybody coming to you, you don't have to take all these jobs, every one of them. You have to educate yourself on how to weed out the people that are wasting your time, sucking up your profits. It's so huge to understand what kind of customer you want to have, and ask those probing questions on your initial phone call, and get the answers you need to make sure that is someone that you indeed want and they're not just tire kickers or deadbeats and things like that. I remember waking up one morning and I'm like, boy, I feel refreshed. That's weird. And it was because I was getting my shit together. You know, I had a direction. I'm setting my goals. I'm prioritizing on what needs to be taken care of. My God, it was a sea. You know, I was circling the drain, you know, mentally, physically, financially. I was just circling the drain. And I just took a breath. Again, there's so many different coaches that help you with every aspect of what you need to figure out. PFC, Profit for Contractors, they don't leave you hanging. They follow up. You guys follow up. Keep us accountable. You know, help us to make the shit happen, because I've unfortunately, I'm the type of person that started a lot of stuff that I never finished. Okay. And that's that's horrible. I'm actually doing this.
This is
You know,
awesome.
and I'm loving it and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the future. I can't remember the last time I was excited about my future, just because of all the shit that I was in.
That's so cool.
And I'm digging myself out. But again, I have a different mindset about everything. And now I'm looking forward to it. And I'm like, now, you know, before I would shy away from a lot of problems because I was so overwhelmed. Now I'm thinking, I look at the mountain and say, get out of my way or I'm coming through.